I have a prediction that we will see Trump attempt to get a third term.
Yep.
Even though at that point he'll be 85 years old or whatever it is, 84, he will try to get a third term by saying, I was cheated, and I deserve this. And honestly, the Republicans will say, yeah,
Okay.
no, the Second Amendment is just a guideline. It's not really a rule.
It's not really a rule. Whatever you want, dear leader, we'll take care of you. So speaking of fawning loyalty to dear leader, let me share with you what happened last night, or at least during the course of the campaign. A star was born. Let's listen.
Oh, let me tell you, we have a new star. A star is born, Elon. Now he's an amazing guy. We were sitting together tonight. You know, he spent 2 weeks in Philadelphia and different parts of Pennsylvania campaigning. You know, he sent the rocket up 2 weeks ago, but this spaceship came down and I saw those engines firing and it looked like it was over, it was going to smash, and then I saw the fire pour out from the left side and I put it straight and it came down so gently, and then it wrapped those arms around it and it held it, and just like you hold your baby at night, your little baby. And it was a beautiful thing to see, and I called Elon. I said, Elon, was that you? He said, yes, it was. I said, who else can do that? Can Russia do it? No. Can China do it? No. Can the United States do it other than you? No. Nobody can do that. I said, that's why I love you, Elon. That's great.
You know, Elon Musk.
That's some messed up shit.
Oh,
My view of it is, first off, Elon Musk is every Bond villain rolled into one.
Sure.
And the fact that he's entrusted with very important secrets from our government,
Yep.
that NASA has made itself wholly dependent upon what he does.
Mm-hmm.
And he has the number of government contracts that he has, and Trump is now planning to level his ass up to be some czar of some shit they're gonna make up, just to make him. This is the stair step to make him a trillionaire, because he wants to be the first trillionaire.
Sure.
Trump wants to grift off the billions. So this is a match made in heaven. But as someone who is a fan of the space program growing up,
Same.
it is the most depressing thing. Look, I get the technology and I love the technology. I just think, I mean, like I said, just watch a Bond movie. You sit there and you go, wow, that's really cool if they can do that. But then you go, you want to do what with it? you're gonna shove it up whose ass? What?
I mean, Michael, there's a degree of sort of fatalism I think we have to adopt here about Elon made an investment. He probably spent $100 million.
Yep.
But he's going to gain several hundred billion out of it, and he's going to take over he's going to run the government as Trump's director of government efficiency, where they're just going to run roughshod over everything, and you know, try to make a play that to outsource and to pass contracts over to Musk and his friends. And this is very much like what happened in Russia after the Cold War ended.
Yep.
And that idea that you're going to have this new class of oligarchs who run the government for their own profit is going to remind people very, very strongly of what happened in Russia before. This isn't free market capitalism. This is oligarchy and kakistocracy and kleptocracy.
That's it. That is it. So that then leads me to think about, as I think about what Elon's being set up to do. So as he's coming on, he's entering stage right.
Mm-hmm.
Exiting stage left are all of Trump's federal criminal trials.
Yep.
The Justice Department has already indicated late last night that it will begin to review for the purposes of dropping the federal charges against Donald Trump in the classified documents case and election interference cases. Jack Smith has the sword of Damocles hanging over his head.
Yeah, they announced this afternoon they're done. They're going to stop the investigations and stop the trials.
So where all that's now gone away, Judge Mershon will not sentence him in a couple of weeks. And if he does, it'll be something where it's like, oh, okay, you got 24 hours and I'll suspend 27 of them.
Right. Right. The time you spent waiting behind the backstage at the in the courtroom is your
right. That's going to count. That's going to count. How do you assess that? Is there any impact to that now, given
sure, why not?
Our judicial system was, in my view, the fact that Merrick Garland, I have yet to figure out.
Let me tell you,
is he still
Joe
here?
Biden did a lot of things right, but Merrick Garland was a colossal, never-ending fuck up of the highest possible degree. that man has done more damage by waiting and running out the clock until it's way too late. And the fact of the matter is, if we had taken action on Trump's absolute illegalities earlier, we might be in a different position.
We would. And that's the sad part. The things that others could have done could have changed the course of this current history. Had Republicans in the Senate actually voted for impeachment, we'd be in a different position. And
Mitch McConnell is why we are here.
Mitch McConnell is why we are here.
Mitch McConnell is exactly why we are here.
Yeah,
he made a decision to hold on to Trump's to keep Trump's base, quote unquote, without the crazy, even though the crazy is real. And the fact that we are now in a position where everything is now permitted of Trump. And I think that we end up with a pushback on that, but it's going to be a minute.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see what the pushback come if this is when the pushback begins to come, as Donald Trump seemingly has this weird affinity for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to the point that he believes that Robert F. Kennedy will make America healthy again. Let's take a listen.
Forever be remembered as the day the American people regained control of their country. So I just want to say that on behalf of this great group of people, these are hardworking people, these are fantastic people, and we can add a few names like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He came in. And he's going to help make America healthy again.
So when MAGA babies start dying from, whooping cough and, measles and or taken very seriously ill from measles and all the other things, that come, that don't come to you when you vaccinate your child. It's the reason why.
Make polio great again.
Right. Well, here's the great irony for me. Your ass never got the measles because you were vaccinated.
Correct.
I mean,
correct.
We eradicated measles in this country. We eradicated a lot of the childhood diseases that kids catch when they first go to school because they're all clustered together and And this idiot wants to go, we'll put you in charge. Don't touch oil. No, don't you touch the oil now. I got the oil because I got a lot of money. I got to get off the oil. But you can go ahead and fuck up everybody's family with all kinds of childhood diseases and other shit that they can catch because you want to eradicate.
Yeah, I think Michael, we end up with this once again, this idea that the people voted for these things because they wanted them. This is what they wanted.
That's where we are.
Exactly what they wanted. If they want this, they're going to get it, and they're going to get it good and hard, because the consequences to them are going to be ugly as shit. The trade war that he wants to start with national tariffs, it's a national sales tax that is going to hurt. The Robert F. Kennedy taking over healthcare, that is going to kill children in this country.
Right.
Because Robert F. Kennedy isn't like against just the COVID vaccine.
No.
He has said no vaccines are
None.
safe. So
None.
that means measles, mumps, rubella, whooping cough, polio, on and on and on, meningitis. And if you want to see a surge in teenage and childhood deaths, do those things. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
And the fact is, they don't want anyone to be able to have vaccines.
America, we are where you want us to be. A
We are where
majority of
you want
you,
us to be.
over 50% of you voted for this. And the rest of us are going to now have to live with it, because we respect democracy and we respect the rule of law and the transfer of power. We will acknowledge Donald Trump, number one. Two, he is the president-elect of the United States. And number three, as we do with all our presidents, we wish them well, because when they do well, we do well. That's how it's supposed to work.
That's how it's hypothetically works.
Hypothetically, on paper, the way the founders drew it up. But here we are.
Yeah.